I think that there's really nothing quite like food to kind of cement a community together.
It's always been a real big blessing. Every time we see her, we just see absolute love. She shows it very well to all of us.
When we think about working toward unity of the body and getting people to work together and all of that is built on relationships. And Linda has a gift for cultivating those relationships and getting people to work and cooperate with one another.
What is Mama Linda to me? She's first of all my mother. She's the woman that picked me up out of the gutter and took me in when she didn't have to.
They would say this name Mama Linda, and I'm like, I don't know who that is. They're like, wait, how do you not know Mama Linda?
Linda Olson, known as Mama Linda, has been viewed in band since the days of Cornerstone.
Amanda worked at a skate park in Fayetteville, North Carolina, and she saw these kids that were coming there that weren't eating, and they were skating all weekend, and the 11, 12, all the way up to teenagers, and so she started bringing spaghetti there every weekend, and just put a pot out on the table and leaving it, and she just made it so she could get, again, as much protein in it as she could for these kids that were being so physically active. And she said when the first time she put it out there, they didn't know what to think. And every week, every Saturday, she'd put a pot of spaghetti out on the table for these kids. And that's how she ended up basically raising 5 of them. They ended up coming home, and she homeschooled 3 of them and helped a couple more get through school. And
can't imagine where she got that idea from.
yeah, gee, I don't know.
That's just...
She's the one that got us into Cornerstone the first time. So
Mama Linda's Kitchen Road Dog Cafe actually owes its start to Amanda.
yeah, it does. Everybody's lives, and through Cornerstone and now audio feed. Like Sean and Jay from the Arkansas stage. We always camped on the lake in the big army tent, the mesh tent.
Yep, near us.
Huh?
Near us in our white tent.
We were
Yeah.
just talking about it earlier.
Yeah.
Actually.
And then they would be on the top of the hill with their that little narrow strip of land next to the porta potties and their little Arkansas wood thing, and we sat and watched them for years. And finally Amanda said, well, why don't you come and eat with us? And she invited them to come and eat with us, and I started talking to Sean, and he was like, he goes, I've been watching you for years. And I was like, we've been watching you guys for years, and now we're doing audio feed with them.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just crazy. Sean Hayes, I met him the very last night of Cornerstone.
Ever.
Yeah, at the Flatfoot concert. Never knew him before. And I was exhausted after cooking in 105-degree heat that whole week. And he gets into the Flatfoot concert. I'm sitting on the table in the back ready to die. He throws his bag on the table and starts he was shooting off those confetti guns. And he asked me to watch his bag. And then afterwards, because he's very hyperactive, and he calmed down a little bit, and we started chit-chatting, and he goes, oh, you're Sean. Oh, you're Mama Linda. And we were like, I've heard about you for years. And Dougal, I saw him for years and years and years at Cornerstone, and watched him from a distance, Knew that there was something about that kid. And now he's a big part of my life. And
Emphasis on big.
yeah, emphasis on big.
Just saying.
But we did not meet until the last year of Cornerstone, too.
At the time that the announcement that the last Cornerstone Festival would be coming, the Asylum crew decided we weren't done with whatever Cornerstone Festival was giving us yet. And whether we were by ourselves in the middle of a cornfield with a tent, or whether we found another festival to go to, we were going to find something, keep doing what God started with us. And one of the people we reached out to is Mama Linda, and asked what she thought about the asylum setting up at her farmhouse. And she loved the idea. By the time Cornerstone Festival came around, Mama Linda had decided that she's also going to do her annual hog roast in conjunction with that. And over the course of the week of Cornerstone Festival, for the last Cornerstone Festival, one by one, individuals and groups just said, we want to be part of it, we want to be part of it, we want to be part of it. And something that we started in an effort to just, we want to keep honoring God with what He started in us, He turned into a whole other beast of its own. And one thing led to another, and we had Audio Feed.
The Audio Feed Music Festival, it started with the Asylum Ministry and musicians that Linda fed, and people who knew and loved Linda, and it all grew from that. And the impact that she's had on the subculture community, the subculture music community, it comes from a genuine place that it's the kind of compassion and gift and burden for the lost and for the hurting and for the separate that just can't be faked. There's no substitute for somebody who genuinely cares.
I remember in either 2008 or 2009, me and my drummer were touring across country on our way to Cornerstone. We remember we had car problems the whole way, our funds were getting more and more meager, and so were our meals on the way. I remember after we played our show, how we just really felt like we had very little left, and that is actually when I met Linda, I think. And I just remember going into a little trailer and having just pulled pork sandwiches, and at the time it was some of the best food I remember tasting.
Mama Linda has been somebody that has been so pivotal in the general music scene for us when it comes to like hospitality, generally showing support and care for how we feel, how we are fed, how we are spiritually taken care of.
So we take the same basic menus and use them every year. So we have a Mexican night, a sandwich night, which means hamburgers, hot dogs. We have an Italian night and a pig roast night. I am stepping back a little bit. So Tony is stepping more into this, and he's taking care of this and getting this all. And I handed the folder over to him, and we're trying to be more organized and put things on a spreadsheet this year so we know what we use.
Are we doing hamburgers, hot dogs? Is that,
yep.
Okay.
And April's going to come up with some kind of a vegetarian thing to have with that meal.
Okay.
She didn't say. She wants to do sloppy lentils with the pig.
With the pig?
She found some new recipes too that she's going to try.
Okay. Well, I think, like I said, this year, working it with your menu and then allowing April and I next year to kind of play with it and, this way make it kind of our own with you still, head of the kitchen, but us more the shoulders of what's going on as far as the kitchen. So we need to order the hamburgers and hot dogs and then the buns, right?
Yep.
Okay, so buns, how many?
This is where the Holy Spirit comes in. We need to plan bigger meals
as the festival goes
on. We also do coleslaw.
Coleslaw on this night, yeah. It's the creamy coleslaw?
Yeah. Oh, no, I do both because the vegans. We have about a dozen band kids that are gluten intolerant. So we have to offer
something
like a crock pot with gluten-free noodles, spaghetti sauce, or and then I have to offer gluten-free pancakes every morning.
So if we're looking at under 15, I could almost shorthand those. I have no issue with having the batter on the side, and when I get a gluten-free call, just bam, they're off.
Just so you know, I don't use any vegetable oil. We only use canola oil or olive oil because there's a few soy allergies out there. So it's just easier.
Olive oil is all I usually cook with in my home cooking.
That's good.
That's the best thing.
It's Thrice show. I'm really tired. And I've got probably about 10 more hours left.
Oh yeah, it's going to be interesting. That Monday breakdown breakfast, and Mom and April earlier were Skyping when I left to figure out what April was going to do for the vegan side of everything.
Lots of pita chips for hummus. So all the snacky stuff that I'm used to getting from the food bank, they didn't have this year. Where's the paper
Besides
towel?
feeding all the bands, Mama Linda has provided the official merchandise of AudioFeed Music Festival through her screen printing company called Ugly Lily. She has done this since the beginning of AudioFeed, if not longer.
Showing me that I need to be training up more people
to
do hospitality. So one of the things that I'm trying to do is honor God and let go of the reins.
Yeah.
And let it happen. It's not always easy to understand what it is you're supposed to let go of.
Yeah.
But I've been getting that message clearly all spring to let go. I'm praying for more direction at audio this year so he shows me what it is that I'm to let go of. This is going to get wet and noisy here in a minute. It's slippery, so you got to get that greasy stuff off so the emulsion sticks. These are all the ones that I've gotten done so far. I got one more plain white one that I got to burn for Jacob, jukebox.
Oh, yeah.
A crick in the neck.
Yeah.
We're going to do some of those shirts.
Cool.
So, and then go around that way. Oh, that's dirty. So that's what I'm working on down here with the vinyl cutter. These are the t-shirts, the main t-shirt this year. These are all the different screens. That's all the screens to put this really beautiful design that Ashley did together of a storm cloud. I love it.
Oh, yeah.
So, and then that's the back, the line-up shirt.
There's still more work to be done after arriving at Champaign County Fairgrounds. The area designated for the Road Dog Cafe needs to be set up and prepped so that bands can come and eat, and Mama Linda and her crew can feed them. There's also many supplies that need to be brought in, not just for Road Dog Cafe, but for some of the stages to provide to the bands that they serve.
And I still feel like we forgot something.
So we were already connected, like before we ever met. And just to know that that was like, it felt like a divine appointment thing, you know? And like that was the way she met me, was running around barefoot in the pit.
Where's the flat card?
And then it wasn't long before I got that phone call. And I'm holding my tiny newborn in my arms, and I'm answering my phone. I'm like, oh, you know, I'm like, hello? She's like, hey, hon, I need your help. She's like, we're gonna meet at the farmhouse this year, even though there's no cornerstone. We're gonna start putting together shows. I need your help. I'm like, yeah, you know what? I can't do that. I just got a newborn. There's no way I can love you. I want to help out, and maybe a little closer to that time I can talk to you, but I can't commit to anything. Well, you know, you just pray about it. That was pretty much the first conversation. Next conversation was, I really need your help. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't put together things, and this is turning into like a festival. All I'm thinking is, There's no cornerstone woman. Nobody's going to drive out in the middle of nowhere to come to your farmhouse. Oh yeah, you'll get your people. But that's like a handful of goofballs, that I would probably love to hang out with, but there's no way. I can't do that. I've got a newborn, I've got other responsibilities. I'm the only one working in my family, and I need to do that. I can't be jumping off to every weird thing that you guys want to do. And so I was totally uncommittal. She kept calling, and finally one day she goes, this is actually turning into like a real festival show. And this is a fulfillment of something God told me I would do. And I need your help, because I don't know what I'm doing. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing either. She goes, yeah, but you can help. And I believe God wanted me to connect with you, and I believe this is why. And eventually in prayer, I was like, I kind of believe it too, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'll help you in whatever way I can.
All sorts of stuff. She's already filled it. Imagine her to build it. Oh, you want a little salt with that? This is weird.
The Road Dog Cafe serves breakfast and dinner to the artists, the staff, and the volunteers of Audiofeed Music Festival. It's also the hospitality area for folks to come relax and fellowship throughout the day.
Appreciate Mama Linda and everyone with the Road Dog Cafe. Sometimes when you're on the road, there's really nothing like a good hot meal made with a little bit of love to really make you feel just a little bit of home when you're out for a while.
And then I found out Glenn Kaiser was already committed, and we had a couple people, other people committed, and Asylum was going to be there, and we had the start of something. It was still going to be at her house, so I was totally like, nah, there's no way.
You're the one doing the video about the model in this kitchen, are you?
And then all of a sudden, she calls me up one day and she goes, we were just offered for free, aside from paying for electricity and stuff. We were offered the Champagne Fairgrounds. At that point, I knew everything changed, And all I could think about was that kid walking in with a handful of dollars in his pocket, feeling lost, feeling like I don't belong anywhere else, and all these other festivals that I had been to.
Get it to the 325, and then we can throw our big in. Because once we open this thing, it's gonna catch fire, and we're gonna have a big fiasco with that. We're gonna have to have somebody just manning the fire.
And by the way, how are we gonna take over?
Table by table?
I was thinking maybe slide it on the belt or something. Back it over here. Yeah, we could
put up with my crap over more years than I care to admit to. She took my children in with no questions asked. Those nights where I would show up at 2 o'clock in the morning and she would wake up, wouldn't say anything, would make a cup of coffee, make sure I got something in my stomach, and then gave me that look of, all right, time to talk. What's going on? She meets me with the warmest embraces. She supported me.
I was just like, I can't let it happen. I can't let it die. I've got to do everything in my power, and really not my power, God's power. We've got to see miracles happen right now, or we're going to see this disappear and another generation won't have a chance to see this happen.
Lend me a reason, we'll break
guys, no bones. We're gonna bite into the sandwich and
They designate a couple containers just for scraps.
if anybody has a dog, they're probably gonna want to leave.
She means the world to me. And I'd do anything for her. I love you, Mom.
Audio feed wouldn't exist without Mama Linda, and the countless memories that we all have of sitting around a heaping plate of awesomeness that Mama Linda created, and just building relationships with amazing people. It's a truly incredible gift that woman has.
What that little act of love can do for someone is really huge. And just want to thank Linda and Road Dog Cafe for everything they do.
People who genuinely care are few and far between, and Linda is most certainly one of them.
This is a revolution!